Welcome, 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 everyone. We are so excited. March 1st. Wow, we have a lot of things warmed up for March. I am on tonight with Art and Josh. You want to say hello to everyone?
Hey everybody,
Josh.
Art, go ahead.
Hey, Josh. Hey, Stacey. Good to be here with you and with all of you as well. We're going into March Madness. So let's plan. Let's take a look.
So excited for March. Hey, we're going to cover a little bit of some exciting things that we saw in February, but then we're going to jump right into all the exciting things that we have for March. So, Stace, I think you wanted to shout out a couple people as they're jumping on. As you're joining, let us know where you're jumping on from, and then let us know a March goal. And then, Stacy, what did we want to have them shout out?
That's always fun to see. And I'm just going to even say there might be some leaders here tuning in from an airplane or something on their way to Norway. Just going to throw that out there. But it is an exciting time for sure. I think March Madness is the perfect description. Art, but what we want to celebrate a little bit, hey, shout yourself out as you're saying where you came from, where you're tuning in from. Let us know what happened for you. Did you get that too? Are you getting that oil and that test for free because you got those two perks members? If you got the five, shout that out. That's a big deal of what you unlocked. And if you got that 10, for sure, shout yourself out or tag somebody who you know who did. There are so many exciting things, so many great accomplishments you did in the month of February. We never just want to just jump right forward and forget to pause and go, this was really cool that this happened. And I'm just going to tell you, you're going to kind of want to stay on till the end because there's some fun things that maybe you feel like you missed out. You might want to hear at the end of this call. But Josh, before we continue to jump into all things March, talk to us a little bit about conference.
Yeah, we had an amazing conference in Dallas, Texas. It was so fun, so powerful, so great to be together with everyone. We had that great promo that you just touched on, Stacy. So that was amazing for February. And then everybody that was in the room, everybody that was on stage, so many powerful moments that we had from conference. Before we get into those moments from stage and from our general session, though. I wanted to shout out our two get-togethers that we had. They were so fun. As you can see here on the screen, they were Dallas style. We opened up Thursday night with our Denim and Diamonds party with our VIPs. You can see here on the screen that we had the whole crew there. Mark and Cindy were there. We had Orion, Art, and Dr. Colin. The Alcalas were in the house, and of course, all of our incredible VIPs with their guests in their denim and diamonds. We had a great time, a great welcome reception there. And then at the end of day one, we joined with the entire group, everyone from the field, for our boots and buckles reception. Same thing, Dallas style. We had on our hats, we had on our jeans or dresses, and we got together with the whole crew. We can see Art here with his cowboy hat on. Love to see that, Art. You can see
Hey,
Orion
Art's
in his
Houston, Art's a Texan. I mean, he's got to have that cowboy hat there
Gotta
going
have the hat. I didn't bring my dress, but I got my hat.
You
That'll
had your
get
hat, you had your jeans, and we got Orion down here in the bottom corner with his cowboy hat on. So it's just a great time welcoming everyone to conference and such a great way to kick everything off. And then Stacy, what did we see after that? We had Stacy and Art. We had day one just was so incredible. We had DJ Rancan in the house that always brings the energy and keeps things moving along. We opened the day with God Behind Bars and the optional worship, which is always powerful. And then the day was just packed with content of learning. We had Jasmine Starr in the house teaching us about using our influence on social media, how to utilize that so well. We had a powerful panel, Stacy, that you hosted that day. And then we had some great recognition. We heard from Coach, we heard from John, we heard from Orion. So it's just a really powerful day. And we can't end talking about day one, Stacy, without talking about some of the recognition that we covered.
Yeah, it's always fun to pause and just go, hey, I mean, so many people deserve so much recognition. It was fun to see the 1K parade of people who'd made, over $100,000 with it works. That was so fun to see. It was fun, people waving out, the people just celebrating the people who got there. So I'm like, hey, day one, if you were in the room, tell us a takeaway in the chat. Or if you were watching online, what was something that was there? Even Brock Johnson was incredible to hear from with those social media tips. There were so many incredible things, but I loved seeing Stephanie and Joel Dunn, earn the coaches award, be awarded that one. I say earn, but I'm like, there's a lot of things that go into that. I don't know that's even a fair description of it. Watching Mandy Hetzner receive that No Excuses award with the things she's walked through this last year and just stayed consistent and true and such a great representation of this team. And Tiara Tilley, the award of excellence, seeing the video with her family and her team and just what she's put forward. And of course, we can't skip over Amanda Busher receiving that $3 million trophy. It was so exciting. And Yao Mahara giving that ambassador speech. There's just so many powerful moments and tips, key tips from those top leaders, like you said, that, some of the top 10 income earners that were in the room gave incredible tips. It was just such goodness. I don't know a better word besides goodness, but we also got to recognize our Hall of Fame earners from 2025. And that was fun to see faces and names come across, with our top 10 perks member enrollers of 2025. Look at these beautiful people. I mean, there are so many beautiful people a part of this team, and they are changing lives with products, getting people on products that have lasting effects, that really do help people live well. That's so exciting to see. But then, we also got to recognize the top 10 distributor enrollers of 2025. And we talked a lot this last year about changing lives, right? Setting that goal of changing so many lives, which just feels so good as coming up against Enzino, their life change that they're calling for too. Man, we were in the right place. But it was just so fun to recognize these faces, these names as they brought people in to make life-changing choices. And then from there, we got the top 10 builders. These are people that are duplicating. These are people, and it's just the top 10. I know there are so many of you out there building up team, raising up people, changing lives, equipping people to go out and help more people do what we're called to. And so big shout out. If you see someone you love on here, tag them, shout them out, tell them you're proud of them. It was fun to recognize these guys. And then we went right into day two, which, yes, it is so beautiful to recognize what was, but man, when we look at the futures, our focus, and how this works together, Art, Josh, I can't contain my excitement.
Well, I love that Zinzino has that tagline, "Future is our focus," because it's so true. And just like you said, Stacey, it was great to celebrate everything. We're so proud of the leaders and all the lives that were changed in 2025 and in January and in February. And now we focus on the future. And that's what day two was all about. We had the whole Zinzino crew again in here. We heard from Dr. Colin. We heard from Art on stage. We even heard from Hilda remotely, which was super powerful and amazing, as well as Orion throughout the day, testimonies of life change. Art, tell us a little bit about what you loved about day two and just being in the room for conference all together, Zinzino and It Works.
Well, day one was magical. Like it was, starting with the morning session and the faith and just allowing us to say, are we in the right place? Are we moving in the right direction? And I say, walking out of that morning, it felt incredible. The recognition on day one, I cry. Like when I see recognition to this day, 30 years in the profession, and I see the recognition because I know the miles, the cars, the calls, the ups, the downs, the rejection, the good days. Man, that recognition just moved me to my heart. And it's part of what we do, right? We want to help as many people have their lives impacted on the health side, and then, of course, on the financial side as well. And that's why we have this slogan of future focused, right? If a lot of our conversation is about the future, we're going to be pulled into that future. We're going to be pulled into what's possible. We're going to be pulled into going from the next one mountaintop to the next mountaintop. And what I heard in the conference on day two was a lot more conversation about the future, what's possible, and that really, helped move my heart. Right, there was a nervous excitement, and if the nervousness wasn't there, I would say, well, that's not good. Are we robots? Of course we have to be nervous, right? This is like something new that's happening, and then the excitement was about being future focused. And if we're having conversations, and most of that conversation is about the future, we're exactly in the right mindset, right? And day two was just an amazing part to me, seeing Coach Mark up on that stage, the presentations that he gave, the speech, the talks from the heart, the breakout sessions, the luncheons. There's just so much emotion, and there was so much good that has happened inside of It Works over the time, and a lot of that came out. And then there was an idea that it's going to multiply, right? We're going to multiply. We're going to multiply what we've done together, and we're going to take it to a whole nother level. And there you see the sign, Beyond a Billion. And that's Orion Sala. He's the founder of Zinzino with Coach. That's the magical moment. That's straight out of the home office, right? Like most of you know that sign. And then we packed it up, and Orion brought it on the plane with him back to Norway. And that's now going to be a center part of Zinzino as well. And so seeing just the unity there, you see the huddle, right? The magical moment of the huddle, the panels, hearing from the leadership. The audience was just leaning in, taking notes, being open to possibilities. It was a special moment in time. And I think a lot of people are going to look back and say, I was in that room. I was part of that. And those of you that couldn't make it, and I get it, you can say, hey, now I'm part of what's happening here in March. So Josh, you were a rock star backstage. I know you don't want to shout out here live, but my gosh, we had to put a lot of stuff together in the last minute, and Stacey and the whole crew on the corporate team just pulled out all the stops and said, we're going to make it happen, and exceeded beyond that. So, man, I still feel that event, and it's been a while.
Yeah,
Pumped up
it was
about
a blast, Art, to be in the room together, like to see these two incredible teams come together to start forming one team. I'm blown away by it. And when I think of day two, I think of how hunger and excitement grew. Like the more
Mm.
people heard about what this product does and how it can help people, I'm like, you saw people lean in a little more, and then it was like, wait, the financial side, they're like leaned in a little more, and it's like this hunger and excitement. I mean, it's teeing up for such an exciting time, and it was just so fun to be with y'all and know we have the same heart. Like that just feels so good. So I'm excited. Anyway, I just added my 2 cents in there.
Yeah, the energy
Yeah.
was absolutely incredible. I mean, a lot of people also did get the balance test and the oil. So shout it out in the comments if that was you, if you're in the room, if you sent your test in, if you got your balance oil. I know I've
Shout out
been,
to the corporate team that got trampled trying to
yeah.
figure that out.
But I know I got started on the balance oil, and I'm just loving it and excited about the test results and everything like that. But I love what you said about multiplication, Art, because we're literally taking all the experience, everything that we've learned, all of our leadership, everything that we've done up to this point, and we're taking all of that with us along with our team, and then we're multiplying with more products and with more support, with more in more countries, and just really, really excited as we look forward to this March transition. So this is what we've been waiting for. We've heard about this now a few weeks ago. We knew that it was taking place in March, and now March is here, and we are ready for the transition month. So how crazy is this looking at these two logos are and the shout outs that are on here?
It's incredible. And I love, Stacey, what you said. We have the same heart. And really, that's what it boils down to. What's in our hearts? Do we love people? Do we care about people? Do we want to inspire and blow hope into people and believe in them before they believe in themselves? And that's so abundant, and It Works. And you look at the history of It Works. I know it a little bit better than a lot of people. And the stories that keep coming back. And we had luncheons where we would ask people, hey, what's your takeaway? And just give us, and the stories of change for the better were just everywhere. So changing lives together is the slogan for Zinzino. It's inspire change in life. The key part here is change, right? Like we're not going to stay the same, right? We're going to continue to improve ourselves to become the best version of ourselves possible, right? be you. Don't change that part. Like you know, whatever is true to you, you be that. And let's just create the best version of that through our health, through our personal development, through our family, through our faith, through our income, right? And it's just, when I look at this, I'm thinking, this is just completely meant to be. Feels so good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's like you said, it's meant to be, and we're just so excited for all the things that we're going to do together. I love what Mark talked about if you were at conference or if you watched online. If you haven't watched online, those are still in the Road to VIP page, so definitely go back and watch that. But he talked about mountaintops and going from mountaintop to mountaintop and go and pushing through the valleys and all of that. And so I really look at March as the start of our next climb. It's going to climb that we're going to do together. It's going to be an adventure like it always is, but it's powerful and it's going to be a climb to our next mountaintop. What is the next thing that we can do together? What's the next life that we can change through the products and through the opportunity? And so just as we look forward to everything that we have coming in March, Art and Stacey, we want everyone to be prepared. What are some things that they should be doing right now to get ready for? I mean, March 5th is kind of the big day. That's when the transition will finish up. We've got a lot of exciting things happen, but it's March 1st. So what should we be doing right now, Stace and Art, to make sure that we're
Yeah.
taking advantage and getting ready for this month?
Well, I think the mountaintop analogy that Mark brought to the table was just absolutely perfect, right? We go through the valley, then we go to the mountaintop and say, okay, now I'm at the top. Am I done? Hopefully not, right? There's another mountain to climb. But in order to climb the next big mountain, there has to be a good base camp, right? So I'm not a mountain climber, but I know enough about mountain climbing. The base camp is where you've got to make sure your boots are right. You got to make sure your gear is right. You got to have the right partners with you, the people climbing the mountain with you. They've got your back. You've got theirs. Got to have all those things in place. And you touched on it a little bit there, Josh, and that is, what does base camp look like? And now together, 1 + 1 = 1,000,000 or 2,000,000, whatever that's going to look like. The base camp is, we have incredible team at It Works that have skills, hunger, desire. They're dream driven. They're future focused. They want more out of life. They're ready to go up the mountaintop. We've got incredible products from It Works, right? Like some people say, are the products going away? No, you can get all the products. Then on top of that, at base camp, you get the Zinzino products, right? You get the balance oil, the balance test. And we spent quite a bit of time on that at conference because, that creates the foundation of duplication. That creates the foundation of accumulation because the retention ends up being really good. At some point, you're going to end up with 25 customers that just order forever, right? With the balance oil. That's what we're seeing. And you've got a foundation, as you mentioned, of all these countries. March 5th, you're going to have access to 50 countries with boots on the ground. What I mean by that is warehouses that are either in the country or neighboring country. Languages are covered in customer support in that local language. We have the support team in that language. And then we ship to another 50 countries. So what a base camp that is, right? We're going to have more incentive trips. So the base camp to move this next mountain just became a whole lot more solid together, right? Like that's absolutely phenomenal. So, what do we do next? Well, we're going to have some calls. We're going to cover that because your anxiety level might be high and your knowledge level may be a little bit low on certain things. Not how to build, not how to reach out, not how to contact, not how to talk to people. You got that covered. But when it comes to, hey, how does the back office work? And who are the sales managers in these different countries? And, those kind of blanks. And our goal over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it takes, is to move that anxiety level down and the knowledge level up. And during that time, we can still build, and we've got an incredible campaign going on in March. But just know that anxiety level will go down and the knowledge level will go up. That's going to give you even more confidence as we move from March into April into May. This is not a 1 month thing. This is not a 90-day thing. By the time we're in the summer, you're going to be really comfortable. And then we're going to go into the season of fall, which is typically our biggest season. And the rewards there are going to be amazing. So what I would say is, be open, be happy that you don't know everything. That's okay. None of us know everything. We're going to learn it along the way. We're going to show you how we're going to help you with that. And then the next question is, who's the one person that you love, that you care for the most right now that you could maybe talk to about the balance test, for example, right? Just start making a list of who could you reach out to that could use this on the health side? Maybe who could you reach out to that's been saying, I just feel frustrated financially. I've got 2 jobs. I've got maybe a 3rd job. I'm not sure about all this AI stuff, whatever. Hey, we've got an incredible base camp here that they can take advantage of, right? So make a list of people who you think might be open to hearing this incredible story of these 2 companies together and what we're going to do. Stacey?
Yeah, as you talk about kind of even making lists, Art, what I love about this is we get to expand. One of the things we talked about even at the Diamond and Denim Night was more. We're in a place of more. And think about it's not just now the mom in the same season of life with you. It's that mom's mom that needs this balance oil. It might be the kids that need, I'm like, there is so much more here, which is exciting. So I'm excited about those. And as you talk about kind of, leveling that out, because I've heard a lot about this is this place where frustration lives, and we want to close that gap so powerfully. So look at this. You might have got some emails. You might have got 1 email. You might have got 2 emails. And some of you need to check your emails, just calling you out for a second. But this is in there. So Josh, let's look at this schedule for everyone to see really quick, right? These are the Zooms we have starting tomorrow. So I'm going to get a little detailed, maybe not normally where I sit, but let's get detailed about this so you can be ready and prepared and have this in your calendar. You want to be on these things. You want to being on these Zooms is being in the room. Okay. So if you can be in the room with these, right? March 2nd, tomorrow night, for North America. Okay, look at this. This is North America I'm like, which side of the screen is this? Left side. There you go. There's my details coming out strong. But the left side of the screen, we got North America, and there's 2 different times because one is Spanish at 7 p.m. Central. These are happening every night, right? The second, and we're adding 2. If you haven't seen that second email, North America, there's 2 added, which is exciting, right? We talked about more. So look at that. So Spanish speaking, 7 p.m. That's happening March 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And I don't know if you want to touch on these, Art, a little bit with what they'll be hearing on these a little more, but then English speaking, 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm like going and Sunday, all the way through Sunday. Okay. You got this. There are those, but again, these are in your emails as well. So make sure you're checking those. And then VIPs, make sure there's going to be a couple little VIP calls in there. So make sure you're paying attention to that. And then EU for our EUs. If you are up in the middle of the night watching this in the EU or you're catching the replay, those are at 9 p.m. And I'm saying CET. I hope that's right. But the translations will be French, Spanish, and German, and there they are. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, okay? So see those 2 differences, know what language you want to listen in, and which side of the world you're on and where you want to be on. But I just wanted to call that out there. Art, why don't you talk a little bit about what's going to be on these?
100%. Thank you, Stacey. And this is exciting. This is part of that process to go from the anxiety high and knowledge low to start keeping moving the other way. And so just know, you're not going to learn a new language overnight, even with AI, right? And that's okay. We're going to start learning different parts. We're going to incorporate. We're going to get questions answered. So you touched on it. Number 1, put this in your calendar, right? So don't assume you're going to remember that at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, that the call is happening. So pull out your phone now or your iPad, pull out the calendar and add to calendar this call, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, March 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So put it in there once and then hit repeat for every one of those days. And then set the reminder, because all our calendars have reminders. So put us a reminder for 30 minutes out and then 5 minutes out. Be in the room live because there's just more energy live. And then for you VIPs, you'll see an email. There's an additional call. It's going to be earlier in the day so that we can do more Q&A on those calls. Next, check your spam folder, just in case the email's in your spam, right? Get it from your spam folder out. Happens to all of us. And we prefer text messaging, right? So we have these visual graphics. We're going to release this. This is the calls in a simple, graphical format. I printed mine out, but these you're going to be able to share in your WhatsApp groups and your text messages. And so don't assume your team is aware of the calls. Let them know, hey, I'm excited. The month is here. March is here. You've probably heard. If you weren't at a conference, you haven't been plugging in, you've probably heard that there's something happening. It's really exciting. And why don't you just at least just take a look, right? Let's just take a look. So send them the graphic, let them know, point out the Zoom ID numbers. And then on Monday, the first call is the bigger picture. We're going to paint what does the big picture look like here. So this is a great time to bring people that are just curious. They've got their toe in. Maybe this is the time for me to climb another mountaintop. And we're going to cover that. The next day, we're going to talk about meeting the leadership so you can see where the support is in all these different countries as your team over time expands to those countries, how to plug in, how to connect with the support team, how to connect with customer support, what's our director of support look like. We're going to cover all of that. And then we're going to stay on the call and do Q&A, right? So the main part of the call, maybe 30, 40 minutes. And then I'll be on all of these calls, except for Thursday night. I have a family obligation there. And we will just answer questions until there are no questions. And you don't have to stay for the whole call, right? But you stay as long as you want. And our job and our obligation is to answer those questions. And if we don't have the answer, we'll get it for you the next day, right? So we're going to repeat that on the 4th. We're going to talk about the health protocol. We're going to talk about some of the products. This is the time where you might have somebody that said that you want them to take a look at this again. So bring them on that. We're going to have fun on that call. March 5th is going to be our Fast Start program. That's how you can go out there and make about $3,000 in the first 120 days on top of everything else that's in the pay plan. Are you kidding me? That's going to be an exciting call. March 6th, we'll talk about the ABCs of the pay plan. March 7th, hey, where are all the buttons in the back office? What tools do we have? What videos can we use? March 8th, we'll talk about how we run campaigns, which there's an amazing campaign in March. And I know I'm going in a little bit of detail, but I want you to see that, we're going to roll this out to you. And here's the deal. We're going to have one every day. And then if we need to, we'll have more the following week. Okay. So just know we're running with you. We're here. And if we need to continue calls the following week, we'll have calls the following week until that's the answer. Until. For how long? Until everybody's knowledge level is high, anxiety level is low, right? That's the goal. And then for the Latino teams, the Spanish speaking teams, we're going to do that an hour earlier, right?
Yeah. So once again, they're giving us everything. And I love, Art, that you're saying too, hey, if we don't have the answer, we're going to find it, because I've just found that so true. And so we're so thankful for that. And we're like, hey, we want you to have that foundation to build off of. And so this is just the perfect time to really lean into this. And we're going to be able to, I'm like, let's go conquer the world. Let's go conquer this mountain. Like it's time to go.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And we went over the schedule now. As we wrap up this call here in a few minutes, these will be posted. The graphics that Art showed you will be posted in the groups, and so share them out. We're gonna do our part. We're gonna make sure that we over communicate in emails and in the chats and in the pages and all the ways so that you have the information. And then what we ask is that you rally your teams, be on these calls. They're important. They're gonna be invaluable for what we're doing and as we go into March. So make sure that you're on, and then make sure that your teams are on as well. All right, before we finish up, Stacey teased a little bit of something from our February promotion. In our February promotion, we asked you to get 2 new Perks members on a qualifying path. You get the balance test and the oil. And then if you get 5 or 10, we heard some new terms for this crew, ECB and RCB. So that was part of the February campaign. That's going to be something that we're going to get to know, and that we're going to be talking about month over month over month over month as part of the pay plan. And so tell us a little bit about ECB and RCB, and then we'll talk about some qualifications here in a second.
Beautiful. Thank you, Josh. So this is part of that new language, right? We're learning, pick a language, Japanese, Spanish, Italian, whatever it may be. So we're learning a little bit of Zinzino, right? Like this is the language. And I know sometimes words can be a little daunting. ECB, LMNOP, What is this stuff? I get it. What this means is more money, right? That's more titles, more money. That's the way you can look at these two terms. So inside of the Zinzino pay plan, we have something called credits. Credits is basically our internal way of keeping track of your production, right? So it's like BV or CV or like whatever that may look like. So an average product like our balance oil here has 4 credits, right? And credits then determine your rank up, bank ups, right? Like where are you getting those one-time bonuses as you rank up? Are you getting paid bigger on the plan as you rank up? And it also determines how much you're getting paid. When you're ECB qualified, that means enrollment credit bonus qualified. Here's what happens. Every time you sign up a new customer or you sign up a new distributor, what we call a partner, those packs that balance test carries 10 credits, for example. A partner kit, like the Ultimate Partner Kit, carries 150 credits. It's incredible. So all new signups for you personally or new signups in your entire organization. So it's not limited to your personal ones. It's you, and if you happen to have a team, all the new signups in the month of March, those credits, instead of having 4 for the balance oil, becomes 8. Instead of having 10 for a new test you sold, 10, it becomes 20.
You like
So
this
double.
math, Art.
Yeah, I love this math.
That's great.
It's just think of ECBX. The easy way to think about it is 2x, right? Just double. It's double, just double, 2x, 2x, 2x. So I know many of you already qualified for this. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But when you see ECB, just think 2x on all new business. And then on the other side here, we've got RCB, another new word. I get it. RCB is recurring credit bonus. What does that mean? It means that as you start to create a base of customers and partners that are consistently ordering product on auto ship, on recurring orders, what we call subscription, then their second order, and then their third order, and their fourth order, and their orders from that point forward forever, not the first order, because that's ECB, but their second and subsequent orders for your personal customers and all the customers in your organization, those credits double as well, which is just insane. So really what you're looking at is you're going to be able to go through the pay plan twice as fast, right? You're going to be able to double up the credits in your organization. You might as well get paid double for the same amount of work. And that's what these bonuses are. So they're a little bit hidden in the pay plan, but they're just such a driver. They're multiplier drivers. So ECB is 2x on all your new business that month, and RCB is 2x on all your recurring business forever.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. I mean, even if you don't remember the acronym, even if you don't know what they stand for, make sure that you know how to qualify for them and that you do it, and then it's just 2x, just like Art said. So we had Stacey alluded to this, we had this great promotion that we ran in February to help people get ECB and RCB qualified. I've got the full kind of breakdown here on the left, and I want to ask you the question, did you qualify for these qualifications in the month of February? If you did, drop it in the comment, give yourself a shout out in the comments if you enrolled 5 new Perks members on qualifying packs during the month of February to qualify for the ECB qualification, or if you enrolled 10 new Perks members with a qualifying pack for the RCB qualification for March. Give yourself a shout out, or a teammate. If you've got somebody on your team, a leader on your team that met these qualifications, give them a shout out in the comments as well. We hope that everyone on the call qualified for these already. But if you didn't, how do they qualify for these in March or going forward to make sure that they get 2x on all that volume?
So first of all, congratulations. If you qualified for ECB by going for it in February, even though it was a little cloudy, where are we going? What's going on? And he said, you know what? I believe in coach. I believe in the leadership team. I believe in what's happening. I'm going to go for it. And you did it. So congratulations. You qualified for ECB this month. That's 2x. You qualified for RCB if you went and did your 10. What a shortcut. Like, absolutely amazing. Now, even though that was a shortcut and many of you took advantage of it, The way to get it is actually not like it's not as easy as it was in February, but it's not that difficult either. So if you missed it in February, don't worry. We've got you covered. So to qualify in March for ECB in the grace period, in the first 10 days of what you need to do, you simply have to hit what's called X team. And X team basically means 10. X is 10 in Roman numerals. The boys get it, because we think about Romans all the time, apparently. So you need to have 10 products, not 10 people, not 10 customers, 10 products shipped to your personal customers. And that includes products that you may buy for your family. And they have to add up to 50 credits. So it might need 12 products, it might need 10. Those are the two qualifications. When you do that, you become ECB qualified. And to get the RCB, the 2X on all the recurring business, so if you have a team and it's getting large, you're going to be really interested in RCB, you become what's called A team qualified. A team means you have 25 products shipped to your auto ship, your subscription customers. Is that 25 new products every month? No. And that question comes up a lot. And I love that it does, because many of you are thinking, I can do it. But that's 25 that already are just on subscription. So maybe in February, you already have 20 customers that are automatically ordering any of the Works products or the Zinzino products. Then you just need to get 5 more products sent to your existing customers or a new customer that you create. And now you're at 25, and you now qualify for 2X on all your residual, your back end sales. And here's the beautiful part. With the balance oil, for example, you're going to eventually have 25 balance oils being shipped to your customers by people that are going to just order that for life. We call them lifers. Are they going to be your first 25? No, not likely. Some of you will, you get lucky. But you might need to find 30 or 50, but eventually you're going to have 25. And they're just going to order and order and order and order. It's just incredible. And you're going to automatically get that 2X bonus. On top of that, in March, we have a special campaign that you just happen to be joining Zinzino when we're running this campaign. So this isn't a campaign, a promotion that happens every month. This is just a very special month in March where we have something called ECBX. Oh my gosh, one more term, Art. I can't take it anymore. I get it. But here's what ECBX is. Remember, ECB is 2X. You're doubling all the credits for new business that comes into your entire organization. With ECBX, you're going to 3X all those. 3 times
I really
the credits.
like that math.
Yeah, that math is
Even
easy,
more
right?
good.
3X
Even more
is
good
better
math.
than 2X. So 3X. So if you sign up for somebody on a balance test, instead of 10 credits, it's not just 20 credits because you're ECB qualified. It's going to be 30 credits because you're ECBX qualified. So what an amazing time to be running in March, because you're going to be taking in all this new business, and then you're going to triple it to help hit new ranks, hit maybe some new income goals, right? Help your team do the same. And we'll be covering more about what ECBX is, but just know you can run in March, and it's going to be very exciting.
I love that. I love that. So many incredible things to be excited about as we look back on all the amazing things that we had in February, all the things to celebrate, all the things to look forward to in March. I just can't wait to get started and see what you guys do with everything that we have on the table. Stace, Art, anything as we wrap up this call? What are some final shout outs before we remind them one more time about these important Zooms?
I think, I mean, there's so much on the table, and so many of you leaned all the way in as much as you could in February. Continue to lean in March, and the rewards that are going to come back to you are amazing. And I love that Art was saying, hey, it's kind of like learning a new language. What I've learned is when you're trying to learn a new language, the sooner you can submerge yourself in the culture, in all of it, the better it's going to be. That's why I love that we're doing these Zooms. That's why I love, that there are so many people ready to support you, support us as we move forward in this way. Submerge yourself in there. It's okay. You might not know. ECBX might be one. Like I can remember when I got a new job once, I texted my husband. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's really a big deal around here. And it's like they're talking a whole different language. And that's exactly what we're going through. But guess what? In a week, it's going to be rolling off of your tongue. Even just think when you started, it works, and it was like, wait, what's going on? It's going to happen right here with you. You're going to know, you're going to be able to train people. You're going to be able to raise people up. I'm ready to go. And when you just said everything that's on the table, Art, it's like, okay, start getting those lists ready for when we can start getting that balance out there, but oil out there and the testing out there. But then also, hey, we have incredible products still here. We love that keto coffee. We love those slim and gummies, right? Like, let's keep getting. We love that morning trio. Where are my morning trio girls that are just out there posting it? Keep getting people on. This is all counting towards the same thing, and the benefits are going to be beautiful. Art, I'll pass it over to you.
You got me pumped up, Stacey. I mean, I'm ready to go. And here's the other side of it. There's a lot of Zinzino partners that are so excited to get keto coffee. Right? So just
Sure.
understand there is a language that people are going to also learn from the existing base. And they text me, oh, are we going to have the keto coffee? Because they're checking out the different It Works products and they're pumped. And I love the keto coffee. So yes, number one, be future focused. Right, the past is the past. It's great. It's a great place to learn. It's a fun place to reminisce when we're amongst friends. But what is possible? I mean, we're supposed to take steps forward. Be dream driven. Allow yourself to dream again if you haven't, and if you're already dreaming, fantastic. Um, know that we're heading in a place where 1+1 is going to create something super magical. Trust the process. Know that the first month will be a little tricky, and second month will be easier. Summertime, hey, you're going to get comfortable, as I said before, and then the fall is going to be just an incredible time to read, right? Because you'll be in a groove, you'll understand it. We'll probably have another ECBX sometime in the fall, and you're going to say, "Aha! I've been through this once before. I know how to fully take advantage of this." So when I live here close to NASA in Houston, and when they send a rocket to the moon, which they're about to do, I hear again, they used to have a gyroscope on there. Now they have probably some technology connected to Starlink and who knows what. But when they send that rocket to the moon, literally every second they're checking that gyroscope to make sure that that rocket doesn't go off track by a degree or 2 degrees. Because if it's off track by just 1 degree, it misses the moon by thousands of miles. So this call schedule that's being set up, this is part of helping keep us on track, keep that gyroscope going so that we don't get too far off track. And together we can continue to hit the target. In the case of NASA, it's the moon. In your case, it's your dreams, right? Is what do we want to rank up to? And as you start learning the ranks, you're going to say, I want to fast start qualify in steps 1 and 2. I want to get that $3,000 bonus over time in the next 60 days. I want to reach diamond level, whatever that looks like. We're going to help you keep on track to go get that target. Josh?
I love it. So as we wrap up, we wanted to show this slide one more time just to reiterate how important these calls are. We don't want to be off by 1%. We want to be right on target, and we're going to do it together by being unified and going through all the information here on these. So like I said, we're going to over communicate. I'm going to leave this up for just a second if you want to take a picture of it with your phone. All this information is in your email. If you haven't received the email yet with the 2 additional calls for North America on March 7th or March 8th, look forward to that in your email. The Zoom links are there. They will be posted in the chats as well as the Road to VIP page. So be on the calls and just cannot wait for all the things that we have coming in March. And just like Art said, it's not just March. It's March, it's April, it's the rest of this year, it's the rest of our lives, bringing people with us, changing lives together. And it just slipped my mind. Art, what's the Zeno one?
Inspire change in life.
That's right, inspire
Yeah.
change in life. So just cannot wait to do that together with this team. Um, Stacey, anything to finish up?
I think we got it, team. This was so fun to do together, and team, we are excited about where we're going. Future focused, dream driven. Let's go. It's time to build that foundation and run.
Let's go. Thanks, everybody.